you know, this thing we're doing is not easy. Sure, you know. Okay, one of the things that I'm still really trying to get used to is vlogging outside, like you're having a camera thrust in your face and then you're walking, talking literally to yourself, at least to the lens, and then people are looking at you like, what, what on earth is she doing? A lot of times they don't understand, but then who cares, right? I mean, we got to do what we got to do. If you decide that this is what you're going to do, then you're just going to have to do it regardless of what anybody says or thinks. Hey, great to have you back on my channel. Today I thought we would talk a bit about how to improve self-confidence, and I'll just tell you straight up that self-confidence is not a destination in itself, right? It's a journey. You need to understand that it's not a one-off. So even though you might see tips and tricks and life hacks and things that you can do to improve your self-confidence, it's not a one-off. You have to keep working on it. Otherwise, if you stop at any point, you may find yourself reverting back to that not so confident person that you have been or that you're trying to change. So I just thought to put it out there. It is a journey, not a destination. The first hack in improving your self-confidence is to accept yourself. I mean, every day we get things thrown at us. Society tells us how we ought to be, how we ought to look. And if we don't conform with that image, we're made to feel less beautiful, less smart, less intelligent because we don't conform to some preconceived notion that the world has put out there or Hollywood has put out there. So firstly, you need to accept yourself, the way that you are, the way that you were created. So I remember while I was growing up, there were so many things I didn't like about myself. In the first place, I was so thin. In fact, I was skinny. I think skinny was a better word to describe how I was looking. And I didn't feel good about myself at all. And even throughout my teenage years and my early 20s, I kept thinking that my arms were too long. In those days, I was wearing a lot of long sleeved shirts and blouses, long jackets and blazers, anything that would cover my arms, because I was so ashamed to show those arms. I felt they were too long, too lanky, totally unattractive. I didn't like that about myself, and I tried to hide that for a very long time until a certain event. I'm not going to go into that event, but something happened and I began to realize that they are long, but they're beautiful. I can't remember the last time I thought about my arms, whether they're still as long as they were back then. Maybe they were, I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care because I don't think about that anymore. Whatever is part of me, I have come to accept. You have to accept yourself for who you are and for who God has created you to be. Number 2 hack should be love yourself. Treat yourself good. I mean, it doesn't matter what anybody might have said to you or what people think or what society thinks. You need to treat yourself well. I mean, if you don't treat yourself good, how do you expect other people to treat you? If you don't have self-respect, if you don't have regard for yourself, and I mean the amazing you that you are, if you're not going to do that, you can't expect others to respect you, or you can't expect others to be nice to you. You have to start with yourself. Make your hair, let it be beautiful. Give people an opportunity to compliment you on your features, you know. And even if they don't, you already know that you are the best. I mean, you are beautiful in yourself, and you don't need anybody to validate that. You know. The next hack that I have for you is cut out the negativity around you. You need to stay away from negative people. people who talk down on you, people who cajole you, people who make you feel bad and make you feel less of a person, you need to keep those people away from you. I mean, if they're friends, just walk away from that relationship. I mean, you're protecting your sanity here, right? So you need to stay away from people who stop at nothing to try to bring you down, talk about how insignificant you are. Stay away. All that stuff is toxic. You don't need it in your life. And most certainly, it's doing nothing to help your self-confidence. So stay away from that negativity. And when they won't go, you walk away from all of that because you don't need that. Hmm? So other things that you can do is to try some fun activities. In fact, you should do the things that you love to do. So what are those things that you really, really love to do? What are some hobbies? Do you like to swim? Do you like to surf? Do you like to draw? It doesn't matter what it is. For instance, I love music. I love to sing. I love to write music. I also love to sew, like making clothes, dressmaking, tailoring, all that stuff. I am very, very passionate about those things. And when I'm not working, when I'm not doing this, you will find me either sewing, creating beautiful garments, or maybe writing a song and singing it. So find one activity that you're going to do today. If it can't be today, let it be sometime in your free time, maybe over the weekend. If you have the opportunity to travel to some other land, by all means, do it. Get to know how other people live their lives, how other people do things, other people's perspectives. Just anything to broaden your mind and your perception, your ability to perceive things. Do that. And you'll be well on your way to improve your self-confidence. And lastly, but by no means the least, you've got to talk positively to yourself. Okay, so all that negativity that you have over the years imbibed in your speech, especially when you're referring to yourself, stop. No more words that talk down on yourself like I'm a fool, I'm stupid, I am so daft. No, you're not. But if you consistently and persistently say you are, you know what's going to happen? People are going to start believing you. So your voice is what you get to hear the most. From the time you wake up, you get to hear the sound of your own voice all the time. Don't you think it's important that the things you say, especially when you're referring to yourself, are positive? I know there's some things that we've picked up while we're growing up, and some things have even become like a slang, like it's cool to talk down on yourself. It isn't cool, because the more you talk down on yourself, the further away that self-confidence is from you. All right? So talk positively. Look at yourself in the mirror and begin to talk all the beautiful things that you know are true, that are happening in your life right now, the things you want to see in your life. These are the things that will help build your self-confidence. I tell you, if you do that for the next 30 days, consistently talking positive about yourself while looking in the mirror, you're going to see how your whole outlook on life changes.